Hello, everyone of the sign of Aquarius. So today we're going to be talking about what changes are coming into your life. And I'm going to try first start pulling out two of these oracle, and then one. Ooh, another sign got that. I just don't remember which one it was. And two. Okay. This is actually a very good combination because I've also had another sign got this one. But it was heavy, but this one feels really good. Okay, so this first thing that comes out is the sword. The sword is talking about you being in a transition between the old you, the new you, the old world, the new you, your old reality, your new reality, right? And so you're cutting through the limited belief systems. This is like words you used to tell yourself, people that you used to connect to, situations that you kept repeating in your head, habits that you had that were limiting you. You're cutting them out because you're realizing that they're limiting you from being in this beautiful world that you're supposed to be in. And with that, we have the energy of the desert. And I was explaining before that the desert for me reminds me a lot about the pilgrimage of Jesus, right? Where after he got baptized by John the Baptist, he ended up going to the desert. Before then, he was a nobody. And then he goes to the desert, he gets tempted, he awakens, and then he comes back as the Jesus, right? And so what I'm telling you is that you have cut out either you have or you're going to cut out some big things from your life. And this then is going to start you in this pilgrimage. It's kind of like self-discovery where you're going into the desert, the unknown, the place where everything seemed lack, the thing that you were scared of going into because, though where you were at, you probably didn't have everything you wanted, right? At least it was secure enough to know like that you did have something, right? And now cutting all this off, you're moving into this energy of, I don't know where I'm going, who I'm connecting to, how this is going to work out, how it's not going to work out, yada, yada. And, sorry, I'm just going to stop my music. And as you're progressing into that level, there is a little bit of fear. There is a little bit of doubt. Some part of you is probably thinking you're friggin' crazy for doing what you're thinking about doing. But the other part of you in venturing into this desert knows that it is part of your expansion, part of you discovering, Aquarius, who you truly are, part of you coming back from this renewed and fulfilled. Okay, so that's the change that you're going through. First, you're going to cut something out of your life. And there's fear behind it because look, I cut the deck and we have the Nine of Swords. So definitely fear behind it. So you're going to cut something out of your life and then you're going to go into this, like, I want to say hermit energy where you are going to venture into things that you're not really aware of. Some of it will tempt you to go back to the way that you were before. And some of it will, if you are able to resist that temptation, then you are moving into this new reality that you're supposed to move into. Okay. So what you should look out for to know that you're actually entering this phase. Six of Wands, a period of victory. So this period of victory would be like you were going through a really dark night of the soul. Everything was kind of going shitty. And then all of a sudden things are turning around. Okay. And we have the King of Wands. And there is this energy of strength, planning, discovering, kind of like in this energy of, hey, I'm having a good time now. I'm seeing how things are starting to work out for my benefit. How can I use that for my benefit and to improve myself? So then it's like this energy of continuing the masculine energy inside of you, continuing to see how you can profit from the positive change that you're going through. You also have the card of Judgment, which means that you're taking a really good, strong look at yourself in the mirror and kind of seeing what things you've done up to now that benefit you positively and what things have taken from you. So this is like, let's say you used to always help this person, and every single time you've helped this person, there is no equal give and take, and it wasn't beneficial for you. So you look at that situation, you're judging that situation, taking a good hard look at the mirror with that, and then deciding, why is it that I really want to still help this person? And then you find out the parts of yourself that you feel like you need to change or heal based on the fact that you were looking at this person as a form of, I don't know, payment or retribution or validation. And so now you're like, I think I can do that for myself and not have to help that person, because it always comes with negative repercussions. Or vice versa. It can be one of those things where, hey, whenever this person's around, my life feels a lot better. Everything feels good. But then they leave me, and they usually leave me when this happens. Maybe the problem is that I push them away by introducing these habits that are not good. And maybe I can work on my habits so I can make them better so that person can remain in my life. So it's kind of like, this is what I'm talking about, the King of Wands planning. It feels like the King of, you know what, I have to really take action and take control of my life so I can continue in this upward spiral of the Six of Wands, which is happiness and joy. So first thing that you would look out for to know that you're entering into this, where you're going to go into the desert, is going to be a period of drought, but you're going to come out of it like the Jesus, like a new person, like your real version. Okay. It's a period of introspection, a period of action, and a period of prosperity. We also have the Seven of Swords. It's really interesting because I don't know if you can see this, but all the cards have so much orange and so much purple. So this is a cleansing of your sacral space, right? This means you are no longer feeding into people that will not give you fruit. So one of the problems with sacral space being blocked, sometimes it's overactive, where we're giving way too much, and that creates a block. And this feels like an overactive one. That's why I'm mentioning it. And what it creates is this energy where you're giving, hoping that you will get some return, but you don't. And it usually depicts an inner child wound. And so you're discovering that about yourself, and then balancing what you give to, how you want to create, and now not creating willy-nilly, like just let's just throw a whole mess of seeds and see what grows. It's kind of being more strategic about what you want to invest in and why you're investing in it, which gives you better fruit. Because the Seven of Wands is all about blocking situations that do not serve you. Also, there's a lot of purple here, so there is a big activation in your crown chakra, which I'm not surprised about because we are entering the age of Aquarius. And like I told you before, we had that new moon on the 29th of January that had to do with in the age of Aquarius and initiating it. So this is a download that you're receiving. Look at that. And then we have the Eight of Cups when I told you of blocking people. You're also walking away from people, places, things, situations that you see there's too much work on your end. You're working, trying to make something happen, like cultivating the ground, hoping to throw fertilizer, money, resources, blood, sweat, and tears to try to make something happen, but it never gives you the right fruit. And it's like, you know what, I think it's proving to me that this is not fertile ground and I must walk away from it. I just want one more. There it is. The color scheme is the same. We have orange again and purple, and this is the Eight of Wands, which is then you start realizing, once you start getting to this thing of walking away, this is really important, because the first card that you got here is this Sword card. So there is no movement forward until you cut something out. Once you walk away, okay, you enter the desert where you're believing it's going to be lack, okay? But instead of being lack, it becomes something where you are, I guess, like awakening to more potentials, because the Eight of Wands is talking about being overly busy. Like too many things happening at once, a lot of changes, a lot of expansion, a lot of movement. Now, this can be mental movement where all of a sudden your thought processes change. This can be physical movement where you're actually physically moving to some other location. And this can be like in work, in home, in groups, like societies and groups that you're affiliated with, moving into another thing, even social media, where all of a sudden the messages that you were receiving from particular groups no longer like resonate, and you feel like, I need to find new people to listen to. And this is also a move. So a lot of moving, shaking, changing that is happening once you move away from something, once you Eight of Cups something, once you realize this is no longer going to give me fruit and I move forward. And this This Eight of Cups, it's mostly purple compared to all the other cards. These two are a lot of purple, which tells me these are divinely orchestrated, which are the Judgment card is divinely orchestrated because that is judgment. Like, this is spirit judging the situation that you've been in. And then this is you judging the way that you're in. So first you receive the message from spirit, hey, where you're at, it's not going to feng shui with you. And then you're sitting there and holding back a little bit and starting to process what you're getting downloads about. And then you get to the point where you're like, yeah, you're right, I'm just going to discontinue this. And then there's so much movement. So it all starts this, to know that this situation is starting, it all starts with a period of something going right, which then makes you realize what you need to cut out and move forward from. Okay. Now, we're going to look at what they want you to do, okay? When I say they, it's, look at 10 of Wands. That's burdens, and I feel like it's releasing burdens. When I say they, it's whoever you're connected to. If you don't believe in nothing, then nothing, right? And then it's just you. So let's see. Nine of Emotions. That is the Make-A-Wish energy. So since it fell in the Victory energy, the first thing is realizing that what you wanted to manifest into your life is coming true. And that is very, very hard. A lot of people that come to my office, that come for energy healing or whatever, they have this energy where they're like, nothing's going my way. I did this manifestation and all these bad things are happening. And it's like, no, everything is going your way. You manifested that. And the person that you are, the friends that you had, the situation you're located in was not going to provide that. And so these things had to leave your life so that you can start bringing into your existence what you would like. And right here, the Victory card, it is your wish because it is receiving what you want. But to receive what you wanted, you had to lose a lot. Okay? But what you lost is a dark version of you. It's something that wasn't what you really wanted. It was what you settled for, or what you were told and you agreed that is what you deserve. Okay. The Queen of Inspiration. That's interesting because it's the Queen of Wands and it's right under the King of Wands. So what I'm feeling here is first realizing that your wish is coming true. So not feeling like you're being attacked, like you're being sabotaged, like if somebody's doing spell work against you, blah, 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 all that, cut it out. Okay. You wished for this life. You're receiving this victory, even though it might be difficult for you to see it. Secondly, your divine masculine energy is taking action at moving towards what they want, right? But your divine feminine also has to look towards what they want. So the masculine energy inside of you, that would be the warrior energy, is removing the past, because he's looking at, let me show you this way so you can see what I'm talking about. You see they're looking in opposite directions. And then they're laying down on the table, the direction she's looking towards is through the future while he's looking at the past, right? And so what I'm seeing is, as your divine masculine energy inside of you is actively taking action and eliminating the things that do not serve you from your past, and changing your habits, your patterns, your thought processes, things like that, so that you can move into your future. Your female energy inside of you, which would be the abundance energy, the creation energy, the divine child energy, is looking towards what situations are around you, what I need to block, what I need to walk away from, how I can move forward. So it's a dual action where you're listening to your divine masculine energy and really cleaning house from your past, but also you're listening to your divine feminine energy saying, this is what I want for my future. This is what I want to create. This is the growth that I need to see in my life. Okay. Next, we see the Temperance card, and Temperance goes under Judgment. That is crazy. So Judgment is this energy where you're looking to the mirror, you're looking to the situations that are around you, and you're determining what is good and what is not, what is filling your cup, what is emptying your cup. Is the filling and the emptying valid and is it not, and how you should move forward in it. But also temperance is alchemy, right? It's tempering this energy, calming yourself down, not going crazy about this person did this to me and that person did that to me. That doesn't matter. What matters is tempering your energy, coming back into balance, and then saying, okay, so since this situation, what it did was take away from me, what did I learn from that situation? What positive attributes did I grow from that situation? How can I use that growth that I received from that situation to allow me to grow more? My candle is going crazy when I'm talking about that. So definitely that spirit saying yes, 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 yes. What they want, not so much. And remember, 2025 is the year of accountability and responsibility. So you're saying, okay, so I effed up. This situation was not good. I see that the reason I accepted that situation is because I carry this belief system about myself or this wound. So now that I see that, what can I do to help myself? Well, I'm going to use alchemy and I'm going to transmute that wound into something that can benefit me. So I'm going to take classes, or I'm going to go to a group, or I'm going to go to like a spiritual team, or I can go to a counseling, or it doesn't, to work through this process so that it doesn't hang me up again, right? I promise saying that. Hang me up again so I can move forward. This one's upside down. Interesting. The Four of Swords in reverse. That's interesting that it came upside down. Four of Swords in reverse is no longer turning a blind eye, ignoring, and acting like you don't see situations that are not good for you. Because that comes along with Seven of Wands. So that is saying that the problem hasn't been that you haven't noticed that people are taking advantage of you. The problem hasn't been that you don't notice that you allow people into your life that can sabotage your movement forward, things like that. That's not the problem. The problem is that you choose to see the goodness in each person and situation and say, it's just the way they are. Don't worry about it. We're going to do it. I can still work around it. The thing is that, unfortunately, people around us, they're like drips of water in a big mountain. The water keeps dripping and eventually the mountain splits in half, right? And so they create like cracks in your foundation the more you accept these types of people in the situations that are not like you, that are not trying to advance the way that you are, they're not trying to grow the way that you are. Low energies want low energies to stay with them. And if you're a higher energy, you need to then mold to become them. And that is the negative part of the situation, right? And so it's no longer turning a blind eye, sleeping, ignoring the fact that some people you really do have to block out of your life. Okay. Then we have the Five of Materials. This is interesting because it fell on the Eight of Cups. One of the reasons why we remain with certain groups, certain people, certain organizations, or whatever, is that we then create inside ourselves a sense of responsibility. These people rely on me. They're very nice. I'm being a mean person by walking away. What am I showing them? That they gave me this opportunity and I'm no longer going to stay in it, blah, blah, blah. We have a way of carrying a burden, which reminds me of the Ten of Wands I saw a little bit ago. Carry a burden for another person, feeling accountable for another person, for another situation. Every experience in this life was supposed to teach you something, advance you, and help you move into the next level. It was not supposed to keep you stuck. And this is like, I think, one of the things that have me a little apprehensive when it comes to certain religions, because it's like, you can't grow more, you can't advance more, you can't learn more about different religions and belief systems because you're supposed to stay with us. And it's like, no, a religion is supposed to be a tool, like a key that awakens something within yourself and then becomes a step stool for you to awaken into more expansion and more growth and more evolution. It wasn't supposed to be made to keep you stuck. And I think that was like the whole theme of Jesus, where he was like coming down here and saying, hey, I'm turning around tables because people are taking religion as like a commerce, right? I'm turning away from these gurus that do not let me think for myself and say that I should only think what they think and I should always go to them first, like if they were gods. And it's like, And I'm just using religion as an aspect, but this can be many different things, kind of like a family unit where, like, I want to say the mother figure believes that the child, the male child, is an a-hole because they forgot about them and they were their first love. No, you were the person that made them. We're supposed to teach them so they can find their love. That's not you. That's somebody else. And or you guys can make it resonate, but it feels like that. The five of coins feels like your fear of, there's this word in Spanish that keeps coming in my head, que es malagradecido, which means a person that does not value um, what another person gave you, and then like turns your back to them. um, I'm trying to describe the word, but that's what it is. And it's not that. If you, a good teacher knows that if you're a good teacher, your student leaves you, your student learns more, and your student expands. If the student stays attached to you by the hip, you're not a good teacher. And so don't feel guilt, I guess, is what they're trying to tell you about the people you're going to have to leave behind. Grow, be an example, allow them to see. And then if they choose to criticize you and talk shit about you and whatever, that's their choice. But if they choose to ask and they choose to start moving in your direction, that's a choice too. Okay? Eight of Wands. 10 of Materials. So 10 of Pentacles. And then there's going to be movement that's going to create more. It's going to bring you towards your soul family first. I'm feeling soul family energy there. It's going to help you expand and grow. And this is going to be something that you're going to be able to expand to people that are very close to you, like children and loved ones and things like that. So it's something like the change that you're making. It's like you're breaking a generational curse, actually, Aquarius, where you're finally breaking free from a pattern, a habit, like a way of living that actually was hurting you instead of helping you. And if you remember the movie Encanto, the old lady in that movie is a perfect depiction of what I'm talking about. The Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. It's like she kept spreading the disease that she had inside of her, of a broken heart, and she was breaking every single one of their kids' heart by forcing them to live a reality that is not there, but it made her feel comfortable, right? And that's a cognitive distortion. That's something that is like a counseling thing. That's why counseling would be good here. Like a belief system that became a key belief system that creates a foundation that is broken. And this is what Jesus was talking about. I guess somebody here is very religious because I keep thinking about Jesus. This is what Jesus was talking about when he said, do not make your house on sand, because it will break apart, it will rumble as the tides move and things move, they will move. You have to make your foundation strong as stone. And that's what I'm feeling here, because it's saying to you, like that movie Encanto. If you haven't seen it, it's a Disney movie, it's called Encanto. Look it up, and then you'll understand what the context is on what I'm trying to tell you here. Okay, now we all have the opportunity to mess our own lives up. It's one of the wonderful things that happen here on the planet Earth. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to pull out three, they said four cards that have to do, if you decide I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to cut the past out, I'm not going to move forward, I'm going to stay where I'm at because this is where I'm supposed to be. This lady is crazy. And how did that turn out? Look, four together, and then I got three before. So I'm going to put these, I think there's two notes here. The first thing I have is the Ace of Wands in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse is not having fuel. It's like having a car but don't have gas to be able to move it. The second thing I have is the Ace of Swords. Here is you cutting the situation out, going back to this, because you feel lack. Five of Pentacles. So for some of you, because I think there's two different scenarios, because that came out as a pack together. So for some of you, the situation is going to be where you start feeling disempowered. You start seeing that nothing is working, nothing is moving the way you want. You're starting to feel sad, depressed, anxious, things like that. And then you're like, you know what? I'm over it. And you're going to cut a situation out, and you're going, because you're feeling lack, which goes to this energy right here. Okay. Now, the other group, we have the King of Wands, which goes to this energy, the Star card, which is Aquarius energy, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So for others of you, there is really no choice, because you're being moved with this energy of the Ace of Aquarius, the Age of Aquarius. And there is a need for you guys to fill your cup, to fill yourself, to look for opportunity, to look for. So somebody I'm talking to already is in this energy of, I'm over that shit. Like, I'm over the past. I'm going to move forward. And so this is already activated inside of you. And there is like a king of Pentacles, a masculine energy that is very earth-like, that is very like ambitious, that is coming into your life. Now I'm going to want to know what the hell that person's going to do. Hold on. And we have the Page of Swords. They're going to teach you something, and I feel like they're going to sign a contract with you, or you're going to sign a contract with them that's going to give you strength. King of Cups, that is a really good offer. So it looks like for some of you that have already gone through the process of eliminating this negative influence from the past or whatever, an opportunity is coming, and this opportunity is coming with a person that feels like very earthbound. So that means it's a person that is very savvy of like the businesses and the way the world works, right? And that connection is going to open a door, an opportunity for you to actually, I think, make money and move into this new happily ever after energy that I'm seeing here. So there's like two groups of Aquariuses that I'm seeing in this reading. So that's really interesting. And I mean, like I said, it feels like it doesn't matter if you're in one group or the other group. Eventually, the first group is going to do the whole process that I saw in all the reading. So like everybody's being ushered into the timeline and the energy that they're supposed to be in. I hope this helps you, and we'll see you the next time.